How are you? Happy Friday. Happy May 1st. Welcome to Find Out Friday. So what I need from you right now are some hearts and some tags to show me that you are on. Let's go. Let me see some hearts. Let me see some tags. Let me see some I'm happy it's May 1. Let me see it in the comments. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me see some energy. Let me not see just some people idly watching, just kind of not interacting. I need hearts. I need comments. I need engagement. I need interaction. I want to see it. Show me in the comments. Show me if you love JT, right? Like, show me that. Show me if you are excited that it's May 1st. Show me if you can't even believe where the month of April went. Like, where did April even go? So crazy that it's like out the door. Like, even my girls were saying that today. They're like, where did this month go? You know, it's just like we blinked and whew, it was gone. It's so crazy. So yeah, tag your teammates. Tag them in the comments too. Like, tell them that you're glad that they're on here. Tell them what your favorite Justin Timberlake song is. Tell them what you're excited about in May. Tag, tag, tag. Cheer each other on. Today is Find Out Friday. So hold on. Let me get my jug of water here. Okay, let's talk about I want to give you guys some stats. And I'm going to start with a quote that was in my book last night. I wrote it down. And I want to start with that. So this is kind of the mindset. And I shared it with a few coaches this morning. I'm sharing it with all of you right now. This is your quote for today. This is your quote for May. This is your quote for the rest of the year. So grab a pen or a pencil and let's write it down. Here we go. I'll say it twice. Pay attention. Do you really want to look back on your life and realize how wonderful it could have been? That's my daughter calling. I knew she would call during this. Let me start again. Do you really want to look back on your life and realize how wonderful it could have been had you not been afraid to live it? Let me say it again. Do you really want to look back on your life and realize how wonderful it could have been had you not been afraid to live it? Give me some hearts if you wrote that down. Give me some hearts if you wrote that down. Give me some hearts if you wrote that down. Do you really want to look back on your life and realize how wonderful it could have been had you not been afraid to live it? That is our quote for today. That's our quote for the month. Do we want to look back on May and wish we would have done more? So we have this beautiful opportunity today, Friday, May 1st, to take a moment before we dive into an incredible team event tomorrow afternoon, before we dive into, for some of you in the Rise Up Rockstars group, an amazing social media training on Sunday, before we dive into the rest of this month, we have an amazing opportunity to do a little bit of self-reflection. And if you are on my power hour later today at 1 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to talk about this. We need to take a moment for a little bit of self-reflection. We need to do a little bit of self-assessment rather than just get up and blindly rush into a brand new month with no intentions and no goals. We need to set our intentions and do some self-assessment. Do you really want to get to the end of May and look back on it wishing you would have lived it better, lived it more? So if we start our month with that mindset, it gives us an opportunity to look back at April and think, okay, what could we have done differently? Not necessarily what could we have done more of, what could we have done differently? And then using that self-assessment to set our intentions into May, rather than just getting up and going, okay, let me just start inviting. Well, what are you inviting to? Are you being more strategic with your inviting? What messages really resonated with your followers, with your audience, with your customers, with your coaches in April? Can you strategically use some of those same messages again. Did they like it in April when you talked about food and nutrition and recipes? Well, then that would be something you would talk about in May. Yes. Did they like it when you talked about your morning routine and how you function through your day? You'd want to talk about that in May. But unless we take a moment to self-assess, to self-reflect and look at what we did in April, we're just getting up and sort of shooting darts at a wall, throwing spaghetti at a wall and hoping something sticks. So, do you really want to look back on your life? Do you really want to look back on the month of May and realize how wonderful it could have been had you not been afraid to live it? Here's what's so interesting to me. What in this business are we afraid of? What is there to be afraid of? We're afraid to offer someone a tool that helps them lose weight, increase their energy, have more confidence, feel more centered and grounded, have hope in their life, and maybe create income along with putting a community in their life. What in the world would we be afraid of in all of that mix to offer that to someone? When we're not afraid at all to tell someone to go to a restaurant that we liked or a movie that we liked or try a clothing store that we liked, which has no life-changing effect. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of network marketing companies out there. There's a lot of companies out there. And I'm all about a great, clean lip gloss. I want my house to smell good. All of the things. But that great clean lip gloss and my house smelling good does not change my life. But that superfood shake, that Energize, this simple fitness, this community, this tribe, this is life changing. So when we think about this quote, do we really want to look back on our life? Do we really want to look back on the month of May and realize how wonderful it could have been had we not been afraid to live it? Part of the self-assessment, the self-reflection in April is asking ourselves, were we afraid of something and why? And then how can we kick that to the curb, exit stage left for May? So that we don't just go into May blindly, throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something sticks. We're going into May thinking, okay, this worked really well in April. Let me do more of that in May. This did not work so much in April. Let me do less of that in May with some intention. Let's talk about some stats and some celebrations and some thoughts that will help us guide our intentions for May. So when we talk about Coaches Hitting Success Club, part of the piece that helps us get to a top 10 team, like that kind of freaks me out every time I say that, because you were in April, so we'll see what happened. Yeah, or you were in March, we knew that in April, so we'll see what April did for us in May. We'll find out next week where we are. If what we did in April keeps us in the top 10. Not what I did, what we did in April. So when we talk about one of those pieces that helps us get there, one of the pieces, just one, there's a lot of pieces, but one of the pieces are coaches who are personally sponsored by me. There are other pieces that are very tied into coaches who are sponsored by all of you and moving into the downline. That's why being in the top 10 is such a team effort. It's such a team effort. When the rankings come out next week, second week in May. Yeah, so maybe next week, maybe the next week. We will know how we did, not how I did, how we did. And that will be another opportunity for us to assess and see how we can adjust and recalibrate in the month of May. But one of the pieces, one of the multi pieces in the puzzle to be a top 10 has to do with my personally sponsored Coaches Hitting Success Club. And in the month of April, we had 10 coaches underneath me who hit Success Club that count towards top 10. 10 of them. That's amazing. And that is my goal every month, is to help at least 10. We need to level that up. in May. We have to. It just is what it is. And the cool part about that, when we talk about leveling that up, think about this. Coaches, think about this. When we talk about leveling up that number, when we talk about instead of 10 of my coaches hitting Success Club, what if we had 15? What's 15 times 3? I'm sorry, we have 10 right now, times 3. What if we had 15? So that's 5 more coaches. What's 5 times 3? It's 15. That means 15 more lives get changed if we level up our goal. That's what that means. It doesn't mean, well, oh my God, I got to work so much harder. No, it means that's 15 more lives that we get to change if we level up from 10 coaches hitting Success Club to 15. So, and I know I'm going to forget somebody, but I'm going to try to remember everyone. I'll forget someone. Molly Sigler, Aaron Wilkes, Jen Moore, Amber Timor. I'm going to forget someone. Liz Schneider, who is month 3 success starter. We'll talk about that in a minute. Erica Smiley, Jesse Voris, Leslie Brothers, Kim Soul. I forget someone. Who's my 10th one? Who's my 10th one? Who's my 10th one? Who is it? Who's my 10th one? Who is it? Jen Moore, who's my 10th one? Joy! Yes, thank you. I knew I'd forget someone. Why couldn't I say it? I don't have my board down here. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, so here we go again. Erin, Jen, Amber, Joy, Liz, success starter, month 3. That's 25 points for our team. Erica, success starter, month 3, 25 points for our team. Leslie, Kim, Jesse. Now I forgot someone else. Molly, I got them all. Those 10 hit Success Club because they are 2019-2020 coaches. Remember the visual that's right at the top of our team page. New coaches are the fuel. Veteran coaches are the direction. Those 10 coaches are giving us fuel towards top 10. They're giving us fuel towards top 10. The more of those coaches, 2019 and 2020 coaches that are hitting Success Club, the more fuel we have towards top 10. So if we have 10 in April and we had 15 in May, that gives us even more fuel. But the cool part about that is that's 15 lives that get to be changed because of those 5 more coaches. So it's not, let's just get down and dirty and into numbers and, hit some numbers. No, come on, y'all. We're better than that. It's can we change 15 more lives than we did in April? Yes, we can. Speaking of Liz Schneider and Erica Smiley, they both hit Success Starter Month 3 official. They gave us 25 points each, specifically towards top 10. Amber and Jen officially hit their diamond in April. They gave us 25 points each towards top 10. So that's 100 points towards top 10. For some context, as I've shared with you before, there was a coach just last week who had 7 diamonds hit. Well, they started their qualifications. That's 7 times 25. Okay, in this month, we have 4 times 25. There's another team that had 7 times 25. There's another team out there who has 13 coaches getting ready to hit Success Starter. That's 13 times 25. Okay, there's some numbers here that are involved, and I need to be very transparent with you what those numbers are, because we need to know where we're going if we're going to get there. We can't just idly drive along and get there, correct? No one's going to get anywhere unless we have the map and we have the destination in front of us. So Kim Soul, I see you on here. Kim Soul hit Success Club this month, and really it's her first month hitting it. She started her Success Starter journey this month, and so did Leslie. So Kim needs to hit Success Club in May, needs to hit Success Club in June, and then in June we have another Success Starter. What does that mean? 25 points. Same with Leslie. So yeah. So Joy, you're like, whoa. Jen, you're like, whoa. Ophelia, you're like, whoa. So, I'm not making this shit up, you guys. Like, you get that now, right? Like, I'm not making this shit up. Like, when I'm telling you we have to level up, when I'm telling you top 10 is going to be a journey, and when I'm telling you when we get to the top of it, it is going to be us reaching our hand down and showing other people what's possible. At no point in me am I telling you that it's going to be easy. But there are coaches out there who are on a mission like we are too. There are teams out there who are on a mission like we are too. And there's so much momentum in this network right now. Let me tell you that the momentum is reflected in the numbers. Do you know how many diamonds hit in the network yesterday? Some of you know because I shared it with you. So let's go back. Context. On a normal Thursday, we have about 45 diamonds hit in the network. About 45. Couple Thursdays ago, we had like 92. We were like, yes, 92, that's amazing. That's double, yes. 2 weeks ago, we had 153. And we're like, what is happening? What is happening? Yesterday, 203 new diamonds hit in the network. 203 new diamonds hit in the network. And I'm going to be extremely transparent with you. That's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Because you know I come out on here. You know how much I love you. I can't show up here every single day doing a Facebook Live if I am not so invested and obsessed with this team. You know that. You know that everything I'm saying is coming out of love. If you don't know that by now, then I haven't done my job, and I need you to tell me that too. But when I'm listening to that number of 203 and I'm not seeing that on our team, I immediately think, what are we not doing? Because there's momentum out there. So somewhere in the mindset, someone's decided this is hard and people are saying no and they're not inviting. And Sparta Nation doesn't have 203 diamonds. We had some diamonds yesterday. We had some diamonds get back to diamond. We had some new diamonds, but not to the extent that I saw other teams have them. And I'm not saying that to compare. Everyone's on their own journey. Keep your blinders on. Keep your eyes on your own paper. I'm telling you that so that you understand the potential and the possibility that is existing in this network right now. And I'm telling you that so that you can gut check a little bit the story that you're telling yourself. I'm telling you that because I have to gut check the story that I tell myself every day. I used to tell myself, before we were a Superstar Diamond team, I used to tell myself that that wasn't really important. Do you know why I told myself that story? Because I was afraid. I was afraid that I did not know how to lead a Superstar Diamond team. I didn't even know what that meant. And I am extremely willing to figure so much stuff out, but I was so scared that I didn't know what to do and how to lead a Superstar Diamond team. And something clicked in 2014 and I started telling myself a different story. I started telling myself that this really wasn't about me, that this was about my team, 8 years in, deserving to be a Superstar Diamond team. And you know what? When I changed the story in my head, the team changed their story too. Well, for 11 years, I told myself the story that I don't know how to lead a top 10 team. And probably that's not really important. And I don't know if we're going to work that hard. And I'm not a very good recruiter. And I don't recruit people who want to be a top 10 team. Well, that's a story that I was telling myself because I was afraid. And it's interesting as humans, right? Because we should know from past experience that, okay, I was kind of in that position before. And it was the story that I was telling myself. And when I changed that story, the team changed. And then last year, I was in the same kind of position, just floating along like, oh, it's not really important if we're elite. We've been elite 9 times. Team doesn't really care if we're elite anymore. Maybe it's just me that cares. No one really cares anymore. And that was a story that I was telling myself, and I just decided that was a bogus story, changed the story in my head, which changed the energy on the team. And truth be told, got us to elite in about 4 weeks. Through work that I should have been doing all year long, but because the story I was telling myself before then was not serving me or you, we weren't there. And we had to make up a crap ton of ground at the end of last year. And strangely enough, we did it. Why? Because I started telling myself a different story, and that changed the energy on this team. And Ophelia, you need to say that to your own self, girl, and you know it. She knows what I'm talking about. She was my very first coach. She knows I'm going to speak truth to her. So the story that we are telling ourselves affects everything. These teams that on a Thursday have 10 diamonds pop, for lack of a better word, 10 diamonds surface. They're celebrating 10 diamonds or multi-star diamonds or all these diamonds. Do you know what story they're telling themselves? They're telling themselves that that's what they do. They're telling themselves that we create diamonds, we change lives, we're going to be a top 10 team. That's the story they're telling themselves. And then here's the other part, they're following it up with action because they believe it. We became a superstar diamond team when I changed the story that I was telling myself because it changed the energy, on the team. My allergies are so bad this month. We started momentum again at the end of last year because I changed the story that I was telling myself, and it changed the energy on the team. Do you want a different outcome in May than you had in April? I hope so, because we should always want that next level. If you hit Success Club 10, you should be wanting to hit Success Club 20. If you added 4 coaches, you should be wanting to add 8. You should want a different outcome in May than you had in April, no matter how awesome April is or was. And the only way that happens is if we change the story that we're telling ourselves, period. So here's the deal. This is from my journal today. I wrote a lot of stuff down. I wrote a lot of stuff down last night, and I wrote a lot of stuff down this morning. I am unbelievably proud of where we are right now. Like, my mind is blown at where we are right now. This is the same feeling, the butterfly feeling, the mind blown feeling, the conversations I watch happen in message threads about checks being the biggest that they've ever made, and the energy. This is the same feeling I had in 2014 and 2015 when we went to be a Superstar Diamond team. And I'm feeling that again. Something big is right there for this team. I can feel it. I can feel it. But you have to feel it, and you have to feed yourself that story every single day. And the stuff like, well, I keep doing this or I keep doing this. That word, stop it. We are grown-ups. You are a grown person, and you know better. And it's time to stop the stories that don't serve us. And I'm telling you this, giving you full permission for you to tell me that to me too. Because every once in a while, I need someone to go, hey, cut it out. Cut it out. Yes, you can be a top 10 team. I need someone to do that every once in a while to me too. When I get in my head, I'm doing it to you now. Stop with the, I need to stop, or I need to, or I don't feel like, stop it. We are grown people. It is time to change the story that we are telling ourselves. And that story does not have to be, I want to build a multi-million-dollar business, but by freaking gosh, it better be, I want to help 3 people every month. That's why I'm a coach on this team. By golly, it better be that. I'm enormously proud of where we are. My mind is blown. I walk around in a state of, what is happening right now? A lot. I walk into my kitchen and I look at my girls. I'm like, what is happening right now? They'll be like, Mom, snap out of it. This is the journey that you're on. But we are not performing as a team, as a company, really, us, because we're a company. Sparta Nation, it's like we're a company. We're not performing as a team as highly as we should be. We're not performing up to our potential. We're just not. And when I say we, I mean we. We. This ain't an I thing. It's not a you thing. This is a we thing, period. We are not performing up to our potential. There were 203 diamonds in the network yesterday. Companies, AKA teams in this network, are having 10 to 15 to 20 of those diamonds. And we didn't. And while we have amazing momentum, I am doing you a disservice if I tell you that you're living up to your potential right now. Because you're not, and neither am I. I am doing you a disservice if I tell you that you are living up to your potential right now. Because you're not, and neither am I. So that means neither are we. We have an opportunity right now on the first day of the month to change the story that we're telling ourselves. Tomorrow, we're going to learn from one of the best in the business about the stories we tell others and the stories we tell ourselves. We're going to learn from a man who's built from the ground up, and we're going to learn from a woman who's leading the top team in the company right now. And none of that's going to matter if the story in our head is not serving us. I am doing you a disservice if I tell you that you are living up to your potential right now, because you're not, neither am I. I am doing you a disservice if I only come on here and rah-rah and tell you you're amazing and don't also tell you that you can do better. You can do better. We can do better. We can do better. We have to. There are people out there who need what we have. They're walking around this pandemic wondering how they're going to function, and we have the solution. We can do better, and we must. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Okay. It's going to be tough. And I guarantee you that we're going to make mistakes. I need you to stop thinking that, oh crap, this is going to be hard. It's going to be so hard to get to top 10. I need you to stop. Oh crap, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Okay. Did you think parenting was going to be easy? Did you think marriage was going to be easy? Did you think anything was going to be easy? Who wants just easy? You can be in the flow and it still be challenging. It shouldn't feel, what's the word I want to say? It's going to be hard, but in the best possible way. You can be in the flow even when you're working hard. Hard work is like self-love, because you get to do what you love. It's going to be hard, but it should feel like you're in the flow because you're doing what you love. Does that make sense? I hate that phrase. Am I making sense? That's better. Am I expressing what's in my head clearly? It's going to be a challenge, and the work is going to be hard in the sense that we've got to be in it and focused, and it's a relationship business. So sometimes there are people that are going to say no, and we have to kind of figure all that out, and we have to grow, we have to get uncomfortable, and sometimes that's hard. But when you're in the flow, it doesn't feel like it's hard. What we have to do is understand it's not going to be easy. No one's knocking at your door with their credit card in their hand and going, hey, let's go. You know what I'm saying? We got to do the work. And doing the work is self-love. It just is, because you get to live into your purpose and your passion. So if I'm telling you that it's going to be easy, I'm telling you wrong. I'm doing you a disservice there. If I'm telling you that it's going to be hard, but you should feel like we're in the flow, I think that's much more of service to you. So that when it does feel challenging, you're like, oh, well, she told me that it's going to be. I mean, did anyone come to you and tell you parenting was going to be easy? If they did, they lied. Did anyone tell you that marriage was going to be easy? They lied. They lied to your face. That was a big fat lie if someone told you that. And yet no one goes, hey, someone told me parenting was going to be easy. I'm out. What? No, they didn't. And no one told you this incredible journey of being a top 10 team is going to be easy. But being hard shouldn't be bad. That's not negative. That's not a negative connotation. You know, I've been thinking about that with the word different. People are like, oh, it's going to be so different after this. Well, why is that bad? My mom has always used that word in the most negative way. After my dad died, they had a home in Florida. They bought a home in Florida when I was in high school, because remember, my parents were much older when they had me. They bought a home in Florida when I was in high school. My dad retired, blah, blah, blah. And right after my dad passed away, hardly any time at all passed, she sold the home that I grew up in, and she sold that home in Florida. And I'm like, what are we doing? And she said, well, it'd just be so different down there. Okay. But why does different have to be bad? Why is different bad? Why is the different that's on the other side of this pandemic bad? Why is the different you on the other side of that personal development book that you're reading bad? Why is growth that comes from this business bad? It's just different. And most of the time, it's good. Why is hard work bad? Don't you want to work hard? Doing something you love, isn't that the best feeling ever? Like when you are just in it, like deep practice, in it, focused, and you're working, and all of a sudden like you surface and you're like, wow, whew. Like that is the best feeling. Different's not bad. Hard's not bad. You can be in flow and still be working hard. And that's where we need to be. So we've got to stop thinking, oh crap, this is going to be hard. Yep, sure is. Sure is. Okay, all the good stuff is. We need to stop thinking and we need to start acting. People think too much. I want you to, this is going to be hokey, and I'm not going to be able to see if you do it. So only you know if you do it. So you could not do it. No one's going to know. Only you know. My dad used to say character's built when we do the things that no one else sees us doing, you know, when you get up at 4 a.m., even though no one really knows that, or when you pick up the trash, or you do the things that nobody really knows. That's when your character's built. So I guess we can consider this a character building moment. I would like for you to close your eyes. You're not going to be able to see me. I just want you to hear my voice. Just close your eyes. And I want you to think about your month of May. I want you to think about and visualize the people you are helping. Think about how your life is different now in the best possible way because of these products and programs in this community, in this business. Think about the time before this. Take yourself back to that moment before Beachbody, kind of what your life felt like before. You don't have to go too deep into it, but just kind of dredge up a couple of those memories of what it was like before you had all these solutions, this team in your life. And think about your life now. And think about the people out there in the world who need what you have. And here it is sitting right here in your lap. And see yourself connecting with them, listening to them, helping them, and connecting them with these solutions that work in May at such an exponentially high level, almost like you can't believe it's happening. And you look up on May 31st and you're like, freaking A, I just totally leveled up. Visualize that. Visualize yourself waking up on June 1st and looking back at the last 31 days and going, I did that. Let yourself sink into that feeling. Let yourself sink into the feeling of knowing that what you did helped you, helped your family, and helped your team. That your seemingly small actions had such a ripple effect on people you might not even know. Let yourself feel that, sink into that feeling. How are you going to feel on June 1st when you wake up 30 plus days from now? Are you going to feel like I did everything I possibly could? That it was hard work and I loved every bit of it? Or are you going to wish that you would have done more? Let yourself visualize waking up with excitement and joy, knowing that you changed your life, your family's life, the lives of other people and that you helped this team do something we've never done. Feel that. What would that feel like to you? Sink into that for a minute. Absorb that. Absorb the feeling of hard work that makes you feel good. Now open your eyes. That feeling on June 1st is a choice that we get to make every single day. We get to choose that feeling every single day. And then we get to match our actions to it. Here's what I know. Here's what I know. You are a Sparta Nation coach. You are a Sparta Nation coach. You're part of a 12-year veteran team, and you belong here. You are here for a reason. You will make mistakes. I will make mistakes. We will mess this thing up and we will mess it up together, but we are Sparta Nation and we belong here. We belong here in this moment together, this crazy, surreal, wonky moment, doing this thing that we've never done before as a team. There's a reason why it's happening now. You are a Sparta Nation coach. You belong here. We are part of something special, and it's happening at a special moment in time. We're gonna go back, or we're gonna look ahead, or we're gonna get to the end of this year, and we're gonna go back and look at this, and this whole year will feel like a moment. It'll feel like a moment, you know, when we get to the end of the year, or 2 years or 3 years from now, it's gonna feel like a moment in time, and we're part of this moment together. We're here, nothing is random. We're here together for a reason in this moment in time. You are Sparta Nation coach. We are Sparta Nation. We belong together and we are better together. I'm doing you a disservice if I don't push you beyond what you think you can do. Get to the edge of your abilities. What you've done the first 4 months of 2020 is mind-blowing. And it's not even close to what you can do. I'm doing you a disservice if I tell you that you've reached your potential, because none of us have. I'm doing you a disservice if I'm telling you it's okay to just be okay. No, it's not. You were made for extraordinary. We were made for extraordinary. There's a reason why so many other teams and so many other coaches have gone away and we're still here. There's also a reason why so many other teams and so many other coaches are exploding with growth right now. Are we going to make that choice? Are we going to make the choice to feel that beautiful hard work kind of exhaustion on June 1st that knows that we did something and we worked hard, we did it and it mattered? Are we going to feel that on June 1st? Or are we going to look back and go, God, I wish I would have done a little bit more. Wish I would have shown up a little bit more. It's a choice we get to make every single day. And I'm doing you a disservice if I let you off the hook, and you are doing me a disservice if you let me off the hook. We're in this together. We are in this together. We are not close to living up to our potential. We're pretty good, but we can be extraordinary. This is a pivotal month to see if we can be extraordinary. I believe we can. So what are we going to do with the next 30 days? We are Sparta Nation. We belong here, and we're better together. Let's go change some lives. Let's go kick some May ass, all right? Let's freaking go. Love you guys.